The C4 pathway occurs in the bundle sheath cells. An essential element is that which is irreplaceable and indispensable element. Imbibition is the process of absorption of water by the hydrophilic solid particles. Mast cells are found in tissues and they appear to be the key player in the initiation of inflammation. So the largest RBC is found in urodele, which is an amphibian. So the size is about 80 millimicron. Moving on to question number 41. Synthesis of food in C4 pathway occurs in chlorophyll of option A spongy mesophyll, option B palisade cells, option C guard cells, and option D bundle sheath cells. In C4 plants, the Calvin cycle occurs for the synthesis of sugar. And in Calvin cycle, the enzyme such as rubisco is absent from the mesophyll cells of chloroplast of C4 plants. These enzymes are present in the bundle sheath cells surrounding the vascular bundle. So it is found in the bundle sheath cells. So the C4 pathway occurs in the bundle sheath cells. So option A spongy mesophyll is wrong. Option B palisade cells is wrong. Option C guard cells is wrong. Option D bundle sheath is correct. So option D is correct. Moving on to question number 42. The sequence of structural gene in the lac-operin concept is option A lac-Y, lac-Z, lac-A, option B lac-Z, lac-Y, lac-A, and option C lac-A, lac-Y, lac-Z, option D lac-A, lac-Z, and lac-Y. We all know that the lac-operin is an operin required for the transport and metabolism of lactose in E. coli and some other enteric bacteria. So it has three adjacent structural genes, that is lac-Z, lac-Y, and lac-A. Lac-Z, lac-Y, and lac-A. The genes encode for what? Beta-galactosidase, lactose permease, and thiogalactoside transacetylase respectively. So the sequence of structural gene in lac-operin concept is lac-Z, lac-Y, and lac-A. Here lac-Z has to come first, so it is wrong. Here lac-Z has come, correct. Here lac-A has come wrong. Here also lac. So lac-A, lac-Z correct, lac-Y correct, lac-A correct. So option B is correct. Option B is correct. Moving on to question number 43. Pericarp and placenta are edible part of simple fleshy berry fruit. Option A tomato, option B date palm, option C jackfruit, and option D banana. Tomato is a berry. Why it is called berry or becca? The whole fruit is edible, in which the pericarp and placenta are fleshy and edible. Banana, we know it is a false fruit in which the thalamus and epicarp from the peel are not edible. So tomato is a berry. So tomato is a berry. So pericarp and placenta are edible part of simple fleshy berry fruit, that is tomato. Option A tomato is correct. Option B date palm is wrong. Option C jackfruit is wrong. Option D banana is wrong. So option A is correct. So moving on to question number 44. In the diagram, which of the following processes are shown in amoeba? Option A phagocytosis, option B pinocytosis, option C exocytosis, option D all of these. Phagocytosis, as we know, is a very important process which is happening, that is a cell engulfs solid particle through a structure called phagosome. So it is correct. Pinocytosis, liquid is engulfed. So this also takes place. Exocytosis, bulk transport in which molecules are moved out. So all the three processes are taking place in amoeba. So all of these is the correct answer. All the three processes are taking place. So option D is the correct answer. Moving on to question number 45. An essential element is that which is found in plant ash. B is available in the soil. C improve health of the plant. D is irreplaceable and indispensable for growth of plants. An essential element is that which is irreplaceable and indispensable element. required by plants for healthy growth. It may be required in large amount called macronutrients or in small amount called micronutrients. For example, like potassium and sodium. So is found in plant ash, A is wrong. Is available in the soil is wrong. Improve the health of the plant is wrong. Is irreplaceable and indispensable for growth of plants is the correct answer. So option D is correct. Moving on to question number 46. Nucleic acids occurs in cytoplasm, B. Mitochondria and chloroplast, C. Golgi body, D. Lysosomes. Eukaryotic cells have DNA nucleus and in organelles like chloroplast and mitochondria. These are called as extrachromosomal DNA, which helps in the synthesis of intracellular and organelle specific proteins. Hence, they are also known as semi-autonomous organelles. So, nucleic acid occurs in chloroplast and mitochondria. Option A, cytoplasm is wrong. Option B, mitochondria and chloroplast is correct. Option C, Golgi body is wrong. Option D, lysosome is wrong. So, option B is correct. Moving on to question number 47. The number of mitotic cell division required to produce 256 cells from single cell would be option A 6, option B 8, option C 10 and option D 12. Mitosis, as we know, it is a process where a single cell divides into two identical daughter cells. Therefore, the number of cells formed after n number of cycle will be 2 to the power n. Therefore, after 8 mitotic cell division, a number of cells formed will be 2 to the power 8 will give rise to how many cells? 256 cells. So, the number of mitotic cell division required to produce 256 cells from a single cell would be 8. So, option A 6 is wrong, option B 8 is correct, option C 10 is wrong and option D 12 is wrong. So, option B is correct. Moving on to question number 48. The central dogma of protein synthesis in feminism is DNA to mRNA protein, mRNA, RNA, DNA protein, RNA, DNA, mRNA protein, DNA, gRNA, mRNA protein. What is feminism? Feminism is nothing but reverse transcriptase, like what occurs in RNA to virus to host cell. It includes enzyme reverse transcriptase where information from RNA is first converted into a polymer of DNA. So from RNA to DNA followed by protein synthesis. So here DNA it is there. So it is wrong. mRNA it is wrong. So here RNA, here DNA it is wrong. So RNA to DNA to mRNA protein is correct. So option C is correct. Moving on to question number 49. In tissue culture, roots can be induced by no cytokinin and only auxins, B. higher concentration cytokinin and lower concentrations of auxin, C. lower concentration of cytokinin and higher concentration of auxins, D. only cytokinin and no auxins. So, in tissue culture, a balance of both auxin and cytokinin will often produce an unorganized growth of cells, what we call it as callus. So, in tissue culture, roots can be induced by lower concentration of cytokinin and higher concentration of auxin. So, in tissue culture, roots can be induced by lower concentration of cytokinin and higher concentration of auxin. So, option A, no cytokinin, only auxin is wrong. Higher concentration, no, wrong. Lower concentration of cytokinin and higher concentration of auxin is correct. Only cytokinin and no auxin is wrong. So, option C is correct. Moving on to the question number 50. The figure given below represents the human female reproductive system. Label the parts A to D. A. uterus, B. uterine cavity, C. oviductal funnel, D. ovary. B. A. cervix, B. uterine cavity, C. fallopian tube, D. ovary. C. A. oviduct, B. uterus, C. outduct, D. ovary. D. cervix, A. cervix, B. uterus, C. ovary, D. tumor. Here A is cervix. Then B is what? B is B is uterine cavity. Uterine cavity. C is what? Fallopian tube. Fallopian tube. D is ovary. So A cervix, B uterine cavity, C fallopian tube, D ovary. So A cervix, here it is A uterus, wrong. Here A cervix, correct. Here A oviduct, wrong. Here A cervix, correct. Go for the next one. B uterine cavity. So here B uterine cavity is correct. Here B is uterus. Then C fallopian tube. Here C fallopian tube, correct. See here it is C is ovary, wrong. Then uterus, uterine cavity is one. Okay, fine. Go for the third one, fallopian tube. Here it is C is ovary. So it is wrong. D ovary. Here it is given as tumor. So option B is correct. Option B is correct. Moving on to question number 51. The first process by which water enters into the seed coat when a seed is placed in suitable environment for germination is option A, absorption, option B, imbibition, option C, osmosis, and option D, active transport. The first process by which water enters into the seed coat when a seed is placed in suitable environment for germination is what? Imbibition, because the seed coat is a imbibing material. So imbibition is the process of absorption of water by the hydrophilic solid particles. So it is a special type of diffusion as the water moves along its concentration gradient. So this process plays a very important role in the seed germination, rupturing the seed coat. So option A, absorption, is wrong. Option B, imbibition, is correct. Option C, osmosis, is wrong. Option D, active transport, is wrong. So option B, imbibition, is correct. Moving on to question number 52. Dash is a taxon which is likely to move into endangered category in near future if conditions prevail as it is. Option A, rare. Option B, extinct. Option C, vulnerable. And option D, endangered. Dash is it is vulnerable. Vulnerable is a taxon which is likely to move into endangered category in near future if conditions prevail. We know vulnerable are those for which presently the population is sufficient. Now the species are there, but in future course of time, but it may undergo depletion due to some factors, so that it is facing the risk of extinction. So in future course of time, these species may become extinction if care is not taken, if it is not conserved. So option A, rare, is wrong. Option B, extinct, is wrong. Option C, vulnerable, is correct. Option D, endanger, is wrong. So option C, vulnerable, is correct. Moving on to question number 53. A localized inflammatory response appears at the site of infection, causes redness, swelling, pain, and heat due to certain chemicals. They are histamine and cerumen, prostaglandins and cerumen, histamine and prostaglandins, cerumen and mucus. Mast cells are found in tissues and they appear to be the key player in the initiation of inflammation, responsible for bringing various other cells to the site of infection. Histamine, the mast cells release what? Histamine, which increases the blood flow to the area. And at the same time, prostaglandin, another potent mediator of inflammation, and it produces all these symptoms. So it is histamine and prostaglandin. Option A, histamine and cerumen, is wrong. Option B, prostaglandin and cerumen, is wrong. Option C, histamine and prostaglandin, is correct. Option D, cerumen and mucus, is wrong. So option C, histamine and prostaglandin, is correct. Moving on to question number 54. Non-keratinized stratified epithelium occurs in option A, vagina and cervix. Option B, buccal cavity and anus. Option C, vagina, cervix and buccal cavity. Option D, vagina, cervix, buccal cavity and anus. Non-keratinized stratified epithelium do not contain a special protein called keratin. And this epithelium forms the lining of esophagus, pharynx, buccal cavity and vagina, that is the anal canal. So option A, vagina and only cervix, is wrong. Option B, buccal cavity and anus, is wrong. Option C, vagina, cervix and buccal cavity, correct. Option D, vagina, cervix, buccal cavity, anus, is wrong. So option C is correct. Moving on to question number 55. Succus entericus is secreted by option A, crypts of Lieberkühn, option B, Brunner's gland, option C, both A and B, and option D, none of this. Succus entericus, the very word itself will tell you, it is nothing but what? Intestinal juice, which is secreted by the crypts of Lieberkühn. Crypts of Lieberkühn, and succus entericus brings about complete digestion of all the biomolecules in the small intestine. So option A, crypts of Lieberkühn is correct. Option B, Brunner's gland is wrong. Option C, both A and B is wrong. Option D, none of this is wrong. So option A is correct. Moving on to question number 56. Residual volume is option A, greater than vital capacity. Option B, greater than tidal volume. Option C, lesser than tidal volume. Option D, greater than inspiratory volume. So the lungs do not collapse completely following a deep forceful expiration. So certain volume of air remains within the lungs. So this volume, which cannot be expelled even after a maximally forceful expiration, is known as residual volume, which is around 1.2 liters, whereas tidal volume is 0.5 liters. So residual volume is greater than the tidal volume. So option A, greater than the vital capacity, wrong. Greater than tidal volume is correct. Lesser than tidal volume is wrong. Greater than inspiratory volume is wrong. So it is greater than the tidal volume. So residual volume is 1.2 liters, whereas tidal volume is 0.5 liters. So it is residual volume is greater than tidal volume. So option B is correct. Moving on to question number 57. Find the odd example. C, cucumber, B, sea urchin, C, sea lily, and D, sea fan. Sea cucumber belongs to Echinodermata, and even sea urchin belongs to Echinodermata. Sea lily also belongs to Echinodermata. Sea fan, which is otherwise called Gorgonia, belongs to Cnidaria, that is Coelentrates. So find the odd example. D is odd. All the three are belonging to same phylum called Echinodermata, but sea fan belongs to Cnidaria. So option D is correct. A is wrong, B is wrong, C is wrong. So option D is the odd example. Moving on to question number 58. Which one is correct? Neuron is equal to cyton plus dendrite plus axon plus synapse. Synapse is wrong there. Lymph is equal to plasma plus RBC plus WBC is wrong. Blood, plasma, RBC, WBC, blood platelets. It is correct combination. D, plasma is equal to blood minus lymphocytes is wrong. So which one is correct? Option C is correct. Moving on to question number 59. In the given diagram, name the parts A, B, C, D. Here, this is the picture of a diagram of a mature pollen grain. So, what are these parts? A, B, C, D, E. So, A, you can see it is exine. B is intine. Then C is what? C is vegetative cell. Vegetative cell. Here you can see this is the germ pore, and this is the generative cell. Generative cell. So A is exine, B is intine, C is vegetative cell, D is germ pore, and E is generative cell. Let us see which is the correct one. A is exine. Here it is intine, wrong. Here it is exine, correct. Here it is germ pore, wrong. Here also it is wrong. B is intine. So B is intine, correct. C is vegetative cell, correct. D is germ pore, correct. E is generative cell, correct. So option B is correct. Moving on to the last question, 60th question. The largest RBCs have been seen in option A, amphibia, option B, man, option C, elephant, and option D, whale. All vertebrates except cold water ice fish transport oxygen via hemoglobin, packaged as what? RBCs. Vertebrate RBCs vary in size by 30-fold, 30 times. Egg gnathans have larger RBCs than mammals. So the largest RBC is found in Urodele, which is an amphibian. So the size is about 80 millimicron. So the answer is amphibia. The largest RBCs have been seen in amphibia. Option A, amphibia is correct. B, man is wrong. C, elephant is wrong. D, whale is wrong. So option A, amphibia is correct. Hope you all have understood this Karnataka CET 2007 biology paper analysis. So I'll be back with one more paper in the coming session. Till then, goodbye and thank you.